everybody, welcome into your go-to show for sports here on the Shore, the Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Brandon Bosser.
What's up, it's your Chile sports anchor, Devin J. Martin. Welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get right into it. Let's see what we got in store for you tonight. Lake Forest and Laurel in a do-or-die battle in Delaware's 2A. And playoffs underway in Maryland. A few of our local teams have advanced all the way to the state Final Four.
Plus, we're going to have your top plays of the week and your athlete of the week. All that and more coming tonight right here on the Delmarva Sports Insider.
So let's start with the Bayside Conference. We already have one unbeaten team this season in Decatur. They finished off their 9-0 year last night, but could we have a second undefeated season here in the Maryland Bayside Conference?
And this is a team we haven't spoken up about as much as we have Decatur. Obviously, Decatur winning the state championship last year, but Cambridge has been very impressive. They had a really good year last year.
Sometimes I feel like because Cambridge is in that 1A, they get overlooked sometimes, but they are a true juggernaut down there.
They definitely are in the 1A, but today they had a punch up above their weight class, taking on the Easton Warriors, who are in my top 5 in the Bayside teams. They definitely had a great game, and this was really when going down to the wire. Now Easton's Michael O'Connor airing it out. That's a 27-yard touchdown strike, and that makes the Warriors get an early 7-0 lead. But the Vikings, they come back, and this is Sterling Perkins going all the way to the end zone. That's a 56-yard rushing touchdown. The score is tied at 7, Brandon.
Yeah, that's right. Warriors knocking on the door now. O'Connor decides to run it himself. He's in. There's another 7 for Easton. That'll put him back on top. Anthony Hughes with the ball, and he is electric. He's not going to get shown up here. Scrambles out of the pocket, going to go for it all. Gets past 1, 2, 3. See ya. There he goes, all the way in for the score. We are tied up at 14. What a battle brewing out there in Cambridge. Here's O'Connor, can't find what he wants, so he's going to run with it. He's going to take it himself, in for another Easton touchdown, 21-14 at the half. Cambridge would go on to come back in that second half to win 27-24, and Cambridge completes the 9-0 regular season. I saw the first one since 2000.
Well, I think the Vikings are good enough to move up to the 2A. I think that
this ain't Delaware.
They are really good. They are really good.
They are fantastic. It'll be interesting to see how far they can get this year. All right, meanwhile, Decatur did finish off their second consecutive unbeaten season last night. Quarterback Johnny Hopgood been looking fantastic. Downfield for Tribe Wise, he's a player to utilize on the outside early and often for Decatur. How about some of the weapons Hopgood walked into this year? David Chandler, the Virginia commit, stiff arms a defender, pushes another off of him. Another Seahawks score. Chandler on the punt return later. He does it all for Decatur. Runs on the edge, gets past the defenders, and in for another score. Hopgood with a quick snap on this possession. Handoff to Vernon DeShields through the big hole up the middle. And in he goes, and Decatur the route is on once again. I don't know if they were tested at all this season.
No, they really weren't. They have so many weapons, obviously. Tribe Wise is someone, he's had 7 receiving touchdowns. David Chandler, 6 receiving touchdowns. You just mentioned Vernon DeShields, Brandon. He also has 6+ touchdowns on the year. And Evan Copeland also has 7 receiving touchdowns. So Hopgood has really been distributing the wealth. They go on to annihilate the Parkside Rams. They dropped 55, 56 points on them in this game yesterday, winning huge, 58 to 14, a huge win. And yeah, Hopgood has 5 touchdown passes in this game, 25 touchdown passes so far in this season, only 2 interceptions. So Decatur's offense has been unstoppable, and he's really been looking to distribute the wealth to more than one player, and that's why they're really hard to stop. Now, after the game, we talked to Coach Coleman about his thought process on going undefeated yet again, just like last year, and their mindset going into this year's 2A playoffs.
It's all about process, staying in the moment, not getting caught up in 5 games from now, we could do X, Y, and Z. You know, we have the first round of the playoffs. We got to focus on our first round opponent. You push away any type of expectations, because anytime you have expectations, you only set yourself up for disappointment. All right, so you got to push those expectations away, stay inside the moment, and then the results take care of themselves.
Yeah, so We'll see what happens with Decatur, but
We'll see.
I don't see them losing to any of these Bayside teams
absolutely not.
after the regular season they just had.
They haven't had even a close game against any Bayside team.
It's going to be until the state quarterfinals or the semifinals until they get a real test, but it'll be interesting to see once they actually do run into that power, whoever it might be.
And I think that's a bad thing. I'm not doubting how far they can go, but over the past few years, at least there's teams like Kent Island that would always able to test Decatur, and they'd have at least 1 or 2 close games during the regular season. They'd win, but it would be something where maybe in the third quarter it's a tie game or only a 1-score game. Now they've been blowing out teams by 30, and they haven't had any true adversity. And especially for high school students, that is something that once they have to know how to adjust once they get punched in the mouth.
Look, they got punched in the mouth last year. I'm sure they'll be able to take it this year. All right, let's move on to our next game, which is a crosstown rivalry here in Salisbury.
Yeah, this time it's Bennett taking on Y High, the Tribe looking to win the city championship tonight. Now, this one started out quick on the first play from scrimmage. Bradley Moore, watch him turn on the Jets. He's going to get there, and eventually he crosses the goal line. And look at the way that he ran in for that score.
I had to add that in. He turned on the Jets. He was able to get there.
Yeah, he got there.
End.
He did, and that's the score right there. And it's harvest season. Aiden Farmer, 6 points coming to fruition. And there's a lot more where that came around. Short kick from the Tribe on the ensuing kickoff. Bennett can't hang on to it. The Y High Tribe recover, and they take advantage on the short field. Landon Roach going long to Aaron Sadberry, and he stretches out and makes a good play. Tribe goes ahead 2 touchdowns. They're up 21-6, and the Tribe end up beating Bennett 28-6. They never look back, and they come out and win the city championship, Brandon.
Yeah, so congratulations to Y High. A good way to end the regular season, and make sure you stay updated while we're at these games in real time. Follow WMDT Sports on Facebook and X right now. And a few more final scores from football across the Bayside. Kent Island 21-14 over Queen Anne's. Kent County and Snow Hill don't have a score. Didn't see the YouTube live stream go on. Don't know what's going on there. North Carolina 20, Colonel Richardson 7.
That's their first win of the season.
So congratulations to the Bulldogs. And Washington falls to Nandua 36-18. Playoffs begin next week. And the way that the standings are, looks like Decatur, North Carolina, Kent Island will play Bennett, Easton hosting Parkside, and Y High at Queen Anne's.
Wow, that I can't believe it's playoff season already. Now we got to get to another sport where playoffs have already started. Boys soccer in Maryland. This is the boys soccer semifinals in the MPSSAA. Parkside taking down Huntingtown 3-1. The Rams are the top seed, so they'll wait to see who they play next in the 2A. And then Brunswick ends Snow Hill season 3-1.
Yeah, that's a typo by me. That should have been quarterfinals. They'll be playing in the semifinals coming up next. Now to Maryland girls soccer, as we had some fantastic games. Queen Anne's over Wild Lake 1-0. Lions win in penalty kicks 3-0. And Mardella over Hartford Tech 1-0. So the Warriors take it in penalty kicks 4-2. Soccer semifinals for both the boys and the girls taking place Friday and Saturday coming up next week.
And then now we got to move to field hockey. They are deep into their playoffs. This is the Final Four for the 2A and the 1A. So Easton will be taking on Manchester Valley. Queen Anne's will take on Glenelg. And then in the 1A, Pocomoke takes on Falston. These games will take place on Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
All right, can't wait for that. That'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first time out, but when we return, Laurel and Lake must win for both teams. Who stepped up? That and more when Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
Stephen Decatur head football coach Jake Coleman, 2023 state champion. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider. Go Hawks.